Are you living with a monster? What does that even mean, Jody? Well, I'm here to tell you that I definitely found my monster, and we live together right now. But it was such a beautiful moment to notice my monster, and you may find that you actually live in the house of the monster, that your whole house is a monster, in fact, and that you are running from the monster all the time. Now, hi, my name's Jody, and I help you with your spiritual awakening process, with embodying your soul purpose, with your authentic self-expression and communication as a light leader, as a guide for others, as a spiritual entrepreneur, as a seeker. And yes, so welcome to my channel if you're new here. So let's get right into it. Crazy thought, right? Living with a monster, surely that's a metaphor. There's not actually like a physical monster in Jodie's home or whatever. And of course it is a metaphor, but it's a very powerful metaphor. And when we have like children's stories and everything, and myths and legends, and we have monsters in them, that generally tend to be definitely on one level metaphorical representation of the lower self. So, for example, the Minotaur in the labyrinth in Crete, which was called something else, I can't remember it right now, but that archetype monster slaying the monster, slaying the was it Odysseus or someone like that, who goes into the labyrinth and slays the Minotaur, is this kind of on one level metaphorical of slaying the lower self, becoming a master of the lower self. And the lower self, what do we mean by that? We mean just operating from things like sexual needs, physical needs, egoic needs only. And basically being a manipulator, being a narcissist, people pleasing, anything that's going on in your lower three chakras, so the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root chakra, ultimately. And but it's not limited to that, but it is very much this sense of base needs, and living from that place of base needs, which is kind of like, in many ways, what we're conditioned to be like as units of production, through the schooling systems and the so-called education system, which is really an indoctrination system. And this lower self, this kind of egoic self of self-preservation, is ultimately ruled by fear and things like anger. And so we could say this is the monster, right? This is one way of looking at this aspect of self in psychology, in mindset, in life, in society. But I invite you to come deeper with me on this journey and actually begin to really look and really see what might be operating in your life. So what I found to be my monster was this vicious, fierce, aggressive, angry beast that I found inside me, that was putting me down all the time, all day long. Jody judging Jody all day long. You're not doing it right. You're not enough. Look at you. You're pathetic. You can't do it. You're a failure. Nobody wants you. She doesn't want you. They don't want you. They don't want to be your friend. Oh God, look, you've just done it again. Look, he's such an idiot. You're such a creep. You're such a loser. When are you going to get it together? When are you going to get your act together? This is a mess. You're a mess. You're ugly. You're fat. You're too thin. You're too old. You're too young. Just too young. Too young and stupid. You're too old and past the post. Oh, you're too thick. You're too stupid. You're not brainy enough. You're not intelligent enough. You can't do this. You're a daydreamer. It's all pie in the sky. And I could go on. Anything sound familiar? Perhaps. Sound like something you might be hearing somewhere? Maybe from other people, parents, partner, self. More to the point, self. So what I love to do is smoke out the monster, and this kind of self-hating, internalized aspect, which is the kind of the collective psyche of the society that we've grown up in, and our parenting and our ancestry, that is toxic, and that gets imprinted in us as little ones. And research has shown that for the first 4 years of life, a child, an infant, is in a certain brainwave state all the time, that they're basically in hypnosis. They're completely suggestible, and so they're just completely programmed. And this is the imprint from their parents, from primary caregivers, from siblings, from society, from parents. Sorry, I've already said that. Schooling, teachers, media, whatever's around in their field, they're imprinted, but particularly from parents. So whatever foibles parents have, jung straight into the child, straight into you. So then you're basically programmed with those foibles as the primary layer, and then secondary layer from teachers and siblings and peers as well. School, early school environment can be critical. What kind of state that your peers are in. And so you've got this mishmash, entangled web of internalization going on that's come from the outside, and all the toxic stuff is there. And so this becomes the monster that is constantly putting us down, because we're trying to fit in to something that we can't possibly ever fit into. And we're trying to get approval, or whatever it is, whatever our particular story is, because we'll all have then, a core kind of story that will be operating, a core program that will be the kind of archetypal program we're running. And that'll come with a story and with a specific seed thought as well that keeps on looping and looping and looping. For me, it's been I'm not enough, simply. But for you, it might be you're too much. So, I've definitely got I'm too much, So there's also that, but it's like, well, probably, my core one is probably I'm not enough, that idea. And so, the invitation is to look at what yours is, and also see how it's operating. Because I promise you, the elephant is in the room. The monster is in the room right now. And it'll be telling you things about what you're hearing from this guy, Jody. And it'll be saying, you don't have that. It'll be saying, he's talking nonsense. Or it could be saying, you're not good at this. You can't get this. You'll never understand this monster thing. You're just so dumb. You're so unaware. You're so unconscious. You don't get it. You don't get it. And so it's interesting to look and get curious and see, okay, how is this thing operating, this beast that's potentially running your life? I pretty much guarantee it's actually running your life. And research has shown that 90% of our thoughts are coming from the unconscious, and our behavior is coming from the unconscious. And so this is what's in operation, guys. And the more I look, the more I see. And the more you look, the more you will see. The more you take your time to look at this and pay your attention to it, the more you will find, I guarantee that. And, we're all slightly different. We're all different and unique. And your way's going to be your way of leaning into this and bringing your attention to it, depending on your propensities and your abilities and your traits as well. So that's also something that I explore with my clients and the people I work with and the students I work with, is to look at all of that and kind of, again, root out and smoke out the monster. And it's so amazing. So the more that I've looked and the more I've grown and been on the path of awakening, because this is a path of awakening from unconscious to conscious. This is the path, guys. It is becoming awake and aware. Because if you have ultimate awareness, if you have absolute awareness, let's say, probably more specifically put, then there's no sleep. There's no unconscious. There's nothing that's not revealed. And this is ultimately about light. I was thinking, light. Ta-da! The light of awareness. Statue of Liberty. The light. Liberation. Freedom. So, again, another archetype is another interesting one. I won't go into that here, but it's an interesting one. And what is a real light as well, true light. And the more aware you are, does that mean also the more you radiate, the more you glow, the more you shine, the more awake you become? Is that also the more you shine? It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because it does play out in the 3D realm. It does play out. The 3D realm is a wonderful mirror for the non-physical. Body is a mirror for the soul, for example. Voice as the muscle for the soul. How is your voice? How is your soul? Have you found your voice? Have you found your soul? Something to feel about. Something to heart into. Yes, I once heard that, 30 years ago now? Gosh, not quite that long. 28 years ago, when I was doing movement therapy. And the movement, Joe James, the movement instructor, movement therapy facilitator, one thing she said, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. That's so amazing. What is that? What does that mean? The voice is the muscle of the soul. And so then the inner voice, right, of the beast, of the monster, where is that? Is that the muscle of the unconscious? The loud voice that may be just behind the periphery, so you're not actually aware of it. So the encouragement is to look and to see, oh, what's going on here? Intimacy with self. And that's what I'm all about, and that's what we do. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. And this is something I really work with clients. It's one of the first things we do is start to smoke out the monster. Because it's very possible that you're living with the monster. In fact, you're living inside the monster, and you don't even realize it. But you wonder why you're suffering. You wonder why your life is a hell. You wonder why nothing ever turns good. Nothing works out. Everything's a mess. And I'm here to tell you, it could quite well be that's because you're living inside the monster. You're Jonah inside the whale, if you want, if you will. You're inside the belly of the beast and you don't even realize it. And it doesn't want you to know you're there inside and that it's there. That's another one as well. Just like parasites don't want you to know that you've got them. Because as soon as you know, the game is up. Oh, I've got parasites? Right, deal with them. Eat wormwood. Take wormwood. Get rid of the worm. Get rid of the parasite. That which is sucking from me, sucking my energy. Okay, so this is a whole phenomena here we could go on about the multi-dimensional nature of reality and sucking on parasitism. The monster. Is the monster your parasites? Is it sucking your lifeblood out of you? Is what this was really all about entity removal, purification, integration, release, releasing all that does not serve? Perhaps we needed to have this conversation right now. Get some truth and honesty in the room and get really curious about what is actually going on in your reality, in your inner world. Could it be that your outer life is reflecting your inner world? And if the monster is in control and you're not even realizing that, no wonder it's a mess. No wonder you're miserable. No wonder things aren't working out. No wonder you're not living your best life, your highest expression, your highest purpose. No wonder you're settling. It starts with honesty, though. Tender self-honesty. And a wise man once said, tender honesty is a cure-all. People choose to work with someone like me because I'm all about that. And I hold you in that space of tender honesty, of awareness, of consciousness, of love, of kindness, of spaciousness, of presence to now, presence to here and now as we smoke out the monster. Liberating. Oh yeah. Extremely and infinitely liberating. And then we discern what is true and what is false. And then we define what is required, what is wished for, genuinely, from a heart and soul perspective. So we can really, really get things moving and start quickening and start accelerating our life. Quantum jumping, quantum leaping to the next level. Choosing the highest frequency, the highest consciousness. And as a reflector, 4-6 in human design, I get to embody that for you so well. Because that's what I do, that's my makeup. Transmuting into higher consciousness. And we do it together. We co-create this with love. Accessing inner power, personal power, as we remove these infiltrations, as we remove the doubts, the fears, the anxieties, the trauma dramas, the stories that suck us dry, we get to reclaim power, personal power, soul power, and we get to show up in our authentic, true nature, as we are, as individuations of Source, in pure truth, with love, compassion, kindness, honesty, and courage. Bags and bags of bravery, valor, and courageousness. Because that's what it takes. Because the 3D and the monster can feel extremely real. So it takes sustained discipline, pushing, moving forward, going towards the outcome, the desired outcome, awareness, cultivating that muscle of awareness in every new moment, in every fresh moment. And so, the divine surrender can happen. The opening, the grand opening, the divine surrender. Grace can then happen as we become a vessel for truth, for love, for light. We get to transform and transmute all that does not serve. Embodying fully our soul purpose, knowing ourselves as infinite love, as infinite truth, and radiating in our unique, authentic way. Nobody else's way but your way, your true way. That is a unique, authentic expression of who you are in this body, in this life now. It's a lot of fun, I promise you. It's so much fun. Look how much fun I'm having. I'm having so much fun right now. Oh my goodness, it feels so good just to be yourself and live your truth and live your light. Radiate. So, what's it going to be? So just congratulations for watching, for showing up for yourself like this. This is epic. This is phenomenal. You are fabulous. You have no idea. And don't let that beast tell you otherwise. And if you'd like help with all of this, then I'm here. Plenty more videos on my channel, on my social medias, podcast episodes too. Really deep, beautiful, nuanced conversations with some real amazing trailblazers, and some of my own downloads and insights as well. And if you're really ready for change, for shift, for upgrade, and if you're sick of settling, if you're sick of playing the game of conformity and repeating the mistakes of your ancestors, your parents, going round in loops and circles. You're sick of all the BS, the self-sabotage, the patterns that keep on coming, keep on repeating, and you're ready for massive joy, reclaiming power, owning who you are, loving yourself unconditionally, being a force for good, then we should talk. Let's have a conversation. There's a link in the description. You can book your call there. 20 minutes. These won't be around forever. I promise you that. If you're serious, but only if you're serious. If you're serious about getting clarity on what you're up against, getting clarity around your challenges, what's holding you back, This is really what it's all about. What's holding me back? Let's identify the thing. Let's do something about it. Let's let it go. Let's rearrange things. Let's reset. Let's get clear. Let's discern. Okay, what is in the way here? What is this pattern? Is it true? Is it real? Or is it a fiction that I've believed is real, that I've been married to? Is it the monster? Have I been married to the monster all this time? In a narcissistic relationship? I'm never good enough? And go, right, it's time for a divorce. It's time for separation right now. I'm leaving. I'm just going to kick that monster out, actually. And let in love, let in light. And start to really live. And then all of life can be one great big party, one great big celebration. Full of joy and happiness, fun. You can excel, give your gifts, truly share your medicine. Be who you really are in all your authenticity, without shame, without guilt. Living your best life in abundance, fulfilled, finally. So if you'd like that, book a call with me. We'll activate your vision for the future. And if it's a fit, I'll offer you a way to work with me. All right. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, great. Please like. If you feel this is helpful for someone else, please share it with that person. You never know what they might be going through right now. This might help them shift their perspective. They might get some space between them and that monster. It's a biggie. The self-hating, self-doubting monster. Yeah, that one. This one. The one that's in your head right now. And yes. Have you found your monster yet? Have you met your monster? I'd love to hear in your comments. Share reflections, questions, anything in the comments, please. I'm there. I shall read these comments. I shall respond. And subscribe if you haven't already for more interesting, activating, inspiring content just like this. And also follow me on my travel adventures as well as I nomad the globe and seek out the mystery and the magic wherever I am. So, great. You made it. Goodbye for now and see you in the next video. Oh, and by the way, if you would like to learn how to do what I do and share your medicine and share your gifts and show up like this and have a robust income from it, be richly rewarded for your talent and your genius, then drop a freedom in the comments and I will give you some more info about the Freedom Key program, which I run as well. All right. Blessings. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye for now. I've been Jody Dean. This is the Flow Ninja, Jody Dean Flow Ninja channel. All right. Bye for now.